sideways, bro. But I think we should get naked for this one. You know, like
You said I was sideways.
oh, now you right ways up, bro. I mean,
What's
if
weird,
we're,
it
if we're
turns
gonna be
my
talking
screen
about real
sideways
life,
for you. Okay.
real situations, you know what I mean? Like the realest of the real, bro. We got to get down to our bones, down to our birthday suit. You dig?
Oh no, bro. Is this being recorded?
Yes.
Oh shit, my phone's on like fucking 12.
Oh, that ain't gonna work, dude. We got some real news to tell the peeps. We got some
Let's
real
get
live.
let's get in a clip while we can, and then I'll do it on my computer.
All right. Well, I mean, cool. Well,
Do you know how, like, can you patch it together?
I haven't looked into that, but I have to figure it out. It really can't be that difficult. I'm new to this whole thing. I'm learning as I go. Just trying to get that content out to the peeps. So things are going well. I feel like that's so easy. I got some girls. My girl Kat, she like does a bunch of like videos and stuff, and like I know a lot of people, so it's like I know I'll figure it out. Do I sound pretty clean over there?
Yeah, you good.
Am I loud? Okay, cool. All right, well, all right, man. So I've been talking a lot about like the news, U.S. news, financial news, just about where the world's going, the coronavirus, the stock market crash, the possibility that we're coming into like a depression, like one of the worst depressions we've ever had. And, you know, that's all like doomsday stuff. So I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I wanted to more talk about overcoming adversity. You know what I mean? And I always thought, like, I always looked up to you a whole lot because I feel like, you know, you're a really strong person. You're able to put a lot of, like, you know, just pain on your back and, like shine through that. So I thought that was always, like, really cool to look up to be honest with you. So I was just like, bro, if I'm going to have the first person on here to talk about it, I was like, bro, might as well, I'm my best friend. So fuck it. Here we are.
Appreciate you having me, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Appreciate you having me. Appreciate the compliments too, man. Same goes for you.
Yeah, I'm super excited, man. I think this is going to be a huge series. I think just talking about like mental health, talking about like your struggles in your life, being real, just being a real person in real life, talking to real people, decentralized news, decentralized currency, like
authenticity, bro. Just like authenticity, you know, have a solid foundation. I think that's the key,
right,
man.
That's right. And one of my biggest things that I've like been doing in my life right now, I realize like my reason for existing is to connect with other artists, to promote other artists, to encourage other artists, and to love people in general, and to spread the positive news. Like I really think that's why I'm existing, is to uplift people, to connect. Because like, dude, what else do we have in this world but each other, you know? And I think that's so huge. So I'm out here, I'm trying to talk about, I got someone else, he's in graduate school right now. His study is mental health. So what I was going to try to break it down and to do is like to be like, kind of like how you overcame adversity. I want to talk about some personal life experiences for myself. And if you want to, like whatever you feel comfortable, because this is going.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. I'll talk about whatever.
I want the world to just know that like we got, like me and you are here to like listen, you know, like you don't have to pay us like $80, $100 an hour. Like we're here to listen. We're here to like respond to your comments, send us videos, like talking, you know what I mean? Like
facts, bro. Just real life conversation. Like
real life conversation.
It's not like, right.
Because we gotta be here to help each other.
Yeah, we gotta take care of each other, man. Life can be difficult enough. Like everybody faces their own adversities and different pains, and like you might as well help each other out with that shit.
Right, man.
That's honestly one thing that I've realized in life is like pain is one of the guarantees of life.
Right.
So if it's a guarantee, it's like don't run from it. It's gonna happen, but you know, build your ways of coping with that and helping each other cope with that.
It's so huge, man. It really is. And what I've learned, dude, is like, I guess I'm an extrovert in a way. I'm introverted in some ways too. But like, what makes me happy during my day, you know, you give me a phone call, you're just like, how are you doing, man? Like you check up on me, you care about me. And you're just like, dude, like, I hope you're doing well. You listen to what I have to say. You know what I mean? Like, to
right,
me,
bro. I mean, it's everything, bro. Like, us rooting for each other in situations. Like, you know, you see a lot of, like, I don't know, a lot of almost, like, I guess it's on the surface support.
Right.
And I mean, that's nice, I guess. I mean, it's still people, I guess, being supportive, but a lot of times there's bad intentions behind it. It's like just to come like pure with just like, you know, support, like, yo, I'm
Yeah.
here, I'm rooting for you. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
I
sending
think
that
people
love.
oftentimes feel like if they are rooting for someone and they like start to have different parts of their life that I guess become fruitful in some ways, they feel like it takes away from their own life. And it's like, no, it's like,
No.
we're all
I
out here. Like,
yeah, I definitely experienced that. Even with you being an artist, working together, I mean, I experienced times of jealousy when we first started off. I experienced times of like, yo, like, you know, it's not even, I guess, I mean, to be honest with you, probably
it's
was a
like,
little bit,
it's just like human nature, honestly. I
right,
mean, it's like the bad side of human nature in a way,
right.
you know, and it
It's,
just comes out. It's just
uh-huh.
natural in ways, but
It's the ego. It's like me
yeah,
thinking I'm better than you. I'm gonna do better. What I have is better, and you just think you're better than people for no reason. But like, what you don't understand is that working together and like sending like pure, authentic love, like you were saying, even behind the scenes, like giving them the smile, giving them the handshake, giving them encouragement, and then really sending that positive love. That's what builds you too. It reciprocates. You
right.
never.
I mean, it just goes back to that authenticity that we were talking about. It's like, you know, are you showing love because it's something that like you feel like is just a social norm that you have to do, or are you authentic and like love you
Right.
show? And
Yeah. And it goes back to what you were saying, man. One of the best metaphors that I've heard you say and really like touched my soul, dude. It was really deep. Was you're saying like, you know, we're all reflections, like we're made 70-80% out of light and out of water, and the light, you know, the light and the love radiates to you and from you as in the form of a reflection. I forget how you worded it, but
yeah, bro. I mean,
it was beautiful.
I'll probably fuck up the quote, but we'll try it. Or the idea, the concept is
Mm-hmm.
like you said, you know, we're like 80-85% water, and maybe even more. I don't know the exact percentage, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we have this flesh that kind of distorts, and it's like any reflection that's distorted in water looks different. And so like we're all distorted in different ways. We're all made a little bit different, like, you know,
Hey,
proportions, everything. So it's distorted different. So it causes our vision about life to be a little bit different.
that's
But
true.
at the end of the day, it's like no matter what, at the end of the day, it's like no matter what energy. All right, we gotta cut this part, bro. I told you I got high as fuck.
Nah, you good, dude. I like, dude. It's hilarious, bro. To me, I don't
uh,
care. Like,
all right, I
yeah,
mean, I don't care, man. I don't
real
care either.
life, baby. We out here, real life,
Real
baby.
life, bro. But
Smoking
back to
sweet.
shit, phone on 10. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, just like I don't know, having that reflection and realize that like, you
Mm-hmm.
know, we're all a little bit distorted in our views, and it when you realize your views are a little distorted, you're able to kind of see from other people's views a little bit. You're like, hey, maybe mine's not square on.
That's right.
Let me check this perspective.
Yeah. And that's, I think life is just simply about perspective, man. Like it's all about perspective. You got to put everybody's like put yourself in someone else's shoes, and you got to realize, man, people have had their whole lives. Like I remember an artist was saying, I forget, Meek Mill was saying, he's like, I was listening to on Song Exploder, it's like why he came up with one of his biggest hits. And he was talking about like people that have been through a lot of stuff. They're living in the projects and they have this like mean look on their face. And like, you got to realize that they're out every day fighting for their lives. They've lost their homies from, they don't even know why. It's where you're born. You know what I mean? Like just
Right.
your background, and you didn't even ask for any of this. And like, you're out here losing your brothers, you're out here losing your family to something that you never caused. And it's like, yeah, they look angry because they are angry, you know, like, I
Right.
mean, like you
Who
can't,
wouldn't be
who
angry?
wouldn't be angry? And it's like
Right.
you have to understand perspectives, you have to understand backgrounds, and you got to pour these people's love. Because like I was researching in the subconscious book, it's like if you pour negative hate and like negative ideas onto just kids, you know what I mean? Like, gonna just say like, oh, they'll grow up to be nothing. Even if you don't say that out loud, by just thinking that, your subconscious is growing onto their subconscious, and now
Right.
they can't believe in themselves. You have to
Right.
be.
That kind man, I had some thoughts on my point where I stumbled earlier whenever I, you know, and you kind of led me back to that. It's like no matter where, like whether that negative energy is like not like presented towards someone or projected, I guess you would say, like
Yeah.
whether it's projected or not, if there's negative energy there, it doesn't even matter if it's like completely the other person's fault or whatever. when that negative energy is there, like it affects your life, you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I think like you said, seeing other perspectives, because seeing other perspectives helps you with forgiveness.
Helps
You know what I mean?
forgiveness.
That was a huge lesson I had to learn, was like forgiveness, man. Just
Right.
like a lot of people that did me really wrong growing up, like some of the people that, you know, are supposed to be the ones that like have your back the most doing you
Yeah.
wrong. It's like, I don't know, especially when you're a kid and it's like your parents and shit, and it's like, what do you trust? You know what I'm saying? But you can either grow up with that anger and like keep retaining that anger, and it's going to show in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And most of those ways are going to be negative, but, or you can kind of let it stream into like creativity.
Right.
And let it and realize, like, you know, the one thing I learned about like how you have to look at your situation is not like, oh man, all this stuff put me this far back, or all this stuff happened to me and now I'm here. Like, why? You got to say, okay, well, what's the advantage of all that shit happening to me?
Yes.
Like, there's so many different places that you can make it in the world. It's like, or like different, like, you know, paths or whatever it is, man. There's an infinite level of paths. So it's like, you just got to look at the advantages that come from that, because it puts you in a perfect position for something.
That's right.
And as long as you have the ability to see from another perspective, you're going to find that something.
It's so true, man. And you really hit the nail on the head. I was going to say, like, a big thing with this, like the section of my interview process, podcast, whatever you want to call it. I call it the realm of ideas, or the search for the soul. You know, it's just really humans
like
bouncing ideas off each other's, you know, mindscapes, and just seeing what comes out. Like, I love, like, you know, I for a few of my interviews, I've had topics, I've had like points of discussions, but honestly, for most of them, I have one major topic. And then we just kind of go, man, just because, like, you even said it, like, I kind of roughly said it to you, but it's like, you use your pain as power, you know, you use that pain as power, creation, creative power, self-expression. Because, like, when you go through this pain, this struggle, other people gone through the same exact thing, you feel like you're alone, but people are there with you.
There's people that can relate. Exactly, man. And it's like
people that can relate. And by
in a way, like, making it through those tough times, like, you kind of accept the position or the duty of, like,
responsibility.
But yeah, the responsibility of, like, shining light for the people that are going through a similar situation. Because it's like, how many times when you were younger did you hear like a song lyric, or you saw like a poem, or you saw someone do something, and it was just like, I don't know, in that moment it kind of saves you. You know what I mean? Man. It's like it completely switches your, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember times, like, I don't know, like nighttime, listening to like Kid Cudi, like depressed as like a teenager from shit going on, and like just hearing one song or like one bar that just like, it's like, yo, like, it's like, you know what I mean?
Real, bro.
It makes you feel that passion, and I don't know, that's what's deepest to me, bro. And that's why, you know, I think that's why we do what we do.
That's why we do what we do, bro. Literally, my hair's standing up, man. I just feel, I'm be honest with you, man, there's power that's happening right now, dude. I really hope everybody who's tuning in could feel this, man. This is legendary.
I think it's a awakening of self-sufficiency.
Right.
You can either, like, and now, like, in this time, I feel like you can either panic and like focus on what's going wrong, or you can learn the lessons that come from it. Like, you know, I wish I would have built my finances to be able to take advantage of some situations now, so that in the future, like, not, and I say take advantage of situations, not like fucking hoard hand sanitizer and, you know, not shit like that, but like actual like investments. But you know, so I'm taking this time to learn of, like, damn, okay, this is where I was not prepared. Like, I'm not self-sufficient in the, like, I don't grow my own food. You know what I mean? And
you wouldn't be sketching at all.
A few other things. Right, exactly. You wouldn't be worried, because like that's really the key. I mean, if we get down to it, man, we all need to grow our own food to be self-sufficient. But then I look at some other things and I'm like, okay, you know, I was prepared, and like, I have a ton of music on the draw, which I was gonna wait, but now the situation presented itself, and luckily I was prepared for it. You know what I mean? I'm not having a race to get those songs done necessarily. You know what I mean? And so there goes again perspective. Like, how do you look at it? You can either take this time and be like, oh man, we're all fucked, or you can say like, okay, this is where I was lacking this time. I wasn't self-sufficient, couldn't grow my own food. I didn't have my funds right. Like, you know, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. And like someone said, like, do the Amish even know what's going on right now? Has anybody told them like what's going on, dude? And my
Smoking,
family's actually Amish. Like my grandpa, well, they were, but my
bro. They're just smoking fat doinks out in Amish, bro.
I'm doing down in Amish, man. Let's go. I mean, bro, that's where I wish. I lost my jobs. I lost both my jobs, dude. Like, my grandpa lives up in the northern peninsula of Michigan. Like, nobody goes up there. Like, that's where all the Amish are. Like, nobody goes messaging. They still got snow on the ground. You're surrounded by all the 5 Great Lakes and Canada on the other side. Like, bro, it's frozen. I'm thinking about flying up there, to be honest with you, because I might be able to find another job down here. But for me, it's like, I would love to just be out in nature, dude. Like they got
Yeah,
rivers. It's beautiful up there, man.
yeah.
I remember when I was young, and it's just like, dude, like there's no pollution. There's just nobody out there. It's freaking frozen land. Like, so I need to go let these Amish people know.
Let them know, bro. Amish
They did it.
shows.
They did it right.
Shows shows out in the Amish.
They'd be like, no speakers, man. You gotta scream louder, bro.
Right.
And I'll be like,
Right.
I'm
Are you
pretty good at
are
that.
you are you really about it?
You really bad it, bro? You got it back down on the stair dance. How you getting it, man? But yeah, so I guess a big thing about this is that I want to be, like you said, authentic to the people. So I guess like I want to tell people about a little bit of my past history, the last few months, and I'd like to discover maybe some roots from my childhood throughout this like process of bouncing ideas back and forth. But first off, I just want to let everybody know that like through periods of my life recently, like last few years of my life, I've struggled very bad with substance abuse, the doubts of depression. I was in a really dark place. I feel like I lost myself. I feel like I was really alone. And I just want to thank you, Blaine, like for showing me love, man, and like just being there, dude. Like having someone care about you and just being real with you and being honest with you and not just like dealing with your bullshit. That like it really changed my life, man. And I'm just so happy to be here now to talk about it and to just like experience this together with like my best friend. And I love you, man. And like you gotta understand, I'm so appreciative for it. And I just want everybody out there to know that like I love you too. And like I've struggled really hard, man. I spent a lot of time learning to love myself, and it was really hard. And there was points that I disgusted with myself, and I didn't want to be here anymore. And like I really prevailed through it with the help of others, you know, and like with the support of people online that I didn't even know, but also like my best friends in real life. But dude, I'm telling you, like the support of people online, it's just as important to people in real life because we're real life people and we're here to support you. We're here to like send you love and talk to you through whatever means necessary, whatever you're going through. I'd love to listen. I'm not going to promote your stuff. We just got to promote ourselves right now just to let y'all know that we out here, like we're real, like we're doing this thing. And like, I'm not scared of what anybody has to say. I'm not scared of what anybody thinks of me. Like I'm here to support you and I'm here to be, like Blaine said, authentic because that's the key to success. So thanks, man. Really, like it's big. And I know that we're both here to help each other. And so, I mean, I don't know if you got any experiences that you've been through lately or just like through your life, like not even examples, but just something that like hurt you really bad that like caused you maybe to self isolate, caused you to maybe feel like the world was against you. And like, how did you overcome that? Like, what were some key things that helped you succeed? And like, because I know like you're very strong now. I look up to you as like a leader and like a strong individual. And I know that's not easy to rise up from pain and suffering and things that you can't control to become such a strong individual. So I just wonder if you had any examples that you thought of off the top of your head and just to help other people out there.
Man, I would say like there was a period. It wasn't like, I mean, there were definitely some like specific things that happened within that period, but it was a mix of things.
Yeah.
You know, my granddad dying, then moving my grandmother, which was like a 2-month experience of like nonstop moving because she's got a hoarding issue. And
Right.
in the middle of that, Houdini died, which like for those of you who don't know, that's one of our brothers who like really started. Me and him started making music. Well, he started making music way before me, but he got me started when I was 16, and it just kept moving from there. But you know, that happened. A week later, my first mentor died, and then it was just like a whole lot of shit under that. Like then comes financial issues, then comes other major family issues, attempted suicides, not by me, but like on the verge with me. But you know, shit was just crazy, man. And like,
It
it
really
was sucking
was.
the life out of me, and to the point where like, you know, all my life I viewed it as like, okay, there's purpose behind this suffering. But during that period, man, I almost lost that vision. Like I almost lost that. And, you know, I got humbled. I talked to a friend, and his situation was just like, I don't know, parallel in a lot of ways. And it humbled me and made me realize like, yo, quit being so selfish, bro. You're not the only one. Like there's a lot of people suffering out here. And it's like, if you don't make it through, then like, how can you help those people?
Right. That's
But
crazy.
but at the same time, it's like, you have to choose it for yourself, man.
That's the huge part. I feel like
Yeah,
they
bro.
teach
Cause
that in
like,
everything.
you have to choose it for yourself. And I remember, you know, I remember in those times too, man, like this was like a few months after it happened, and I was just like so depressed. I didn't want to leave the room. I stayed in the dark all day long. And like at a certain point, you just were like, you were done with my bullshit. You know what I mean? You were just like, bro, you got to get a job, bro. Like, come on,
I
bro.
was
Like, what are you doing? And
I
that
was
really helped.
scared. Yeah, I was scared for
Yeah.
you,
I
man.
mean, right, bro. And it's like, you know, there comes back that authentic support. It's like anybody could have been over there and been like, oh man, I'm so sorry. Like, you know, whatever it was. But you were like, bro, you need to get a job. Like, you need to do something.
Yeah.
And that really lifted me up. And just like, you know, having friends that keep it authentic, you, Andrew, like Carrie,
Yeah.
and like
Support system.
there's more that I'm not naming, like, but like plenty
Yeah, man.
more. But
That true love, bro. It's that true love, man. Because like
and,
I
and
said, like you called me out, like you were like, but it was love, but you were mad at me. You're like, dude, like, come on. And that's how I felt too. I was a little upset. I was like, bro, like you got, like you're so strong. Like you're just you seem weak, and I was literally parallel for a whole lot of different reasons, but like that attitude and the expression of emotions to and fro were like similar in some ways, and I needed it more than
yeah,
anything.
bro. Nah, there's parallels, and like, you know, the support is what helped that. But
For sure.
you know, I think one thing you have to remember when you're going through hard times is change is always occurring.
Right.
It can always get better.
Right.
So what do you choose to focus on?
That's true. And transitionary periods, if you look all throughout the universe and all throughout nature, it's coupled with pain. Transitions
Yeah,
are
bro.
painful. It's not
I
easy.
was
Change hurts, man.
right. It hurts, man. But it's like, I mean, it's just like the gym or anything. Like, it's like the old
Right.
saying, like, no pain, no gain. You
No
know,
pain,
it's
no
like
gain.
some people take that saying out of context, but like really, I mean, to grow, there's going to be growing pains.
That exactly. It's
It
so
doesn't
true.
come without it, and
And
it makes you a
nothing.
better person. The people who I know who have experienced the most pain are like the best people I know.
Right.
You know,
And
like
nothing worth it is easy. That's how I've always learned my whole life.
right,
Anything that's worthful is never easy. It's your sense of accomplishment. That's how the human brain processes.
right.
You need
Well,
to work for what you're
in a
getting.
sense, I don't. Oh, my bad, bro. I had a call.
Oh,
Somebody
you
called
good?
me in the middle of that. I don't know if like easy is the word. I get what you're saying, but like I think things do come easy, but it's like you have to push yourself towards that.
Yeah. Well, it
Because like
takes hard work.
yeah,
Even
the world
it'll
seems
get
to
easier.
meet you halfway if you have faith in it.
That's right. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Just because it's kind of like attracts like. It's similarities. Like if you start opening your mind to the possibilities and you start opening your soul and your heart to new ways of thought, you'd be surprised about who comes into your life to like teach you these new ways. It's like the universe is here to reciprocate what you give out, it will give back to you. And that's a huge part of life in general that I've noticed over time. And it's funny because it's almost like if you're searching for something too hard, sometimes it's almost like now you can't get it. It's almost like you gotta be like, not like too hard. It's a weird way of saying it. It's like almost when you're not looking for something, it's gonna come find you too. So it's like there is that dual aspect. Be like, yeah, if you just open up your heart, you really look for something, then you'll achieve anything. But then it's also at the same time when you're not looking for something, it'll come to you. It's a duality. It's duality.
Yeah,
It's
I think you have to open up your heart and your mind to envision the things come towards you. but don't like, you can't get disappointed by the timing of it.
Right, exactly. Because timing is divine, man. Won't. They say everything happens for a reason. I really truly believe it, but it goes back to that pers, uh, perception thing. Is that like you might not always understand the perception of why that reason is happening. And
Right, bro.
the
Like,
subscriber on YouTube. Woo!
hey, like it makes me think of like how I met Dr. Max, where it's like, you know, Dr. Max has been one of like the brightest lights in my life as far as like just some knowledge that like I knew one day I would receive, but I never expected it now. But the whole thing, you know, the whole reason I met him was because I had suffered for years with the illness that I was facing.
Exactly.
And like,
Yeah, he's a genius.
You know, like I went through all that pain from the various issues I had, and like
all of the pain.
all of the pain. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But like, had I not gone through that pain, I would have never met Max. Or maybe I would have met him, but I wouldn't have been as passionate about healing.
Exactly, man. And think about my boy Giovanni.
Hey,
that
right,
changed
exactly.
my life. That experience.
Like those connections that come from that, like, it's
that's
crazy.
That's what made me know what I want to do with my life. Be a spoken word for the people, be a light for the people, and like throw events, gather people to massive amount of people, and put them with music towards a common goal, and like have that thickness, like a layer of thickness, like flowing through the air, like love to connect everybody.
Right, bro. Because people feel that, bro. I mean, you got to think about every event we've thrown, everything we've had, whether it be in my house, whether it be a show, whether it be Gio's thing, it's just been love in the air. Right. And like when you create an atmosphere like that, of course it takes some real ones. Like we've got some real ones that come to the events that like hold it down. But when you create an atmosphere like that, it blocks out the bullshit.
Build it and they will come.
Build it and they will come. But you know what I mean? Like that energy blocks out the bullshit because everybody there is ready to handle the bullshit how it needs to be handled. And it's like, don't show anything but love when you're in this in this area.
Dude, it's facts.
And like I've had multiple people tell me like, yo, I'm, you know, for many of the events we've thrown, pretty much every single one we've thrown, there's been different people who've told me like, yo, this has been one of the best days of my life, or like, I just can't even describe what the energy was like. And that's everything, bro. I realized my dad took me and my girlfriend to a concert for this dude named Sturgill Simpson, which he's like a psychedelic country singer. Pretty interesting. But anyway, I ate a bunch of mushrooms, man, and I was sitting there like looking at 14,000 people, and like I realized like the thing that changes 14,000 people can mean nothing if they don't have a purpose. As soon as you put a purpose or a direction towards that, it's the most powerful thing in the world.
Mm-hmm. That's facts, dude. Because you got to direct the energy. It's like an energy channel circuit, you know, like you can have all this energy in the air, but until like you like actually captivate it and then direct it towards something.
Exactly, bro. Because it's just loose while it's in the air.
Right. It's free.
Dude came on. I've seen the Chili Peppers twice. Like I've seen a lot of good shows. This dude shredded more. Keep in mind, bro, he's a psychedelic country musician. He shredded more than any band I've ever seen, bro. It was him just killing it for like 2 hours and some change, like nonstop. I don't know if the motherfucker took a sip of water, but he came through and he directed that shit. And what I love most about it was after the first few songs, he talked for a second. It was like the only time he talked during the show besides singing. And like he talked, he was like, so last time I was in Charlotte was 5 years ago. I was at this bar on this street. There were 5 people there. I got drunk as shit and I passed out in my van. And keep in mind, this was at the Charlotte Hornets like basketball stadium. He was like, this time I'm in Charlotte. I don't know how many people are here. Keep in mind, there's like 15,000 people there. He was like, I'm gonna get high as shit and I'm gonna pass out in the tour bus. And it was like, the thing that I got for it came back to that authenticity though. It's like 5 years ago, he was performing in front of 5 people. Now he's performing in front of 16 to 18,000 people. But the thing that he kept true that whole time was the authenticity. He was still doing the same shit. Yeah. He still said he had an amazing time in the first one. He like partied and he passed out. He said he's having an amazing time at this one. He partied and he passed out. And it was like he just stayed authentic to like what he was doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit gave me a lot of inspiration. You know, I think the first thing I noticed when I heard that was like, damn, wow, he was in front of 6 people and like he had the faith to continue, and now he's in front of this many people. But then what I realized was the deeper like meaning in what he was saying was that like, and maybe he was just saying it. Maybe he was just saying it, and I was just, you know, I was tripping and took way more meaning from it. But
Right. You saw between the lines.
Right. But what I got that he was saying was like, the only thing that's changed is like the surroundings. The core is still the same.
Right. That's true. That the course is still the same. The energy that he's pulling out is still the same. And that reminds me, man, that's exactly how I felt like I was on stage. That's why I believe my name's Chandler, is because I'm an energy channeler. That's why when I was at like one of the biggest concerts I've seen, I could see like an aura above the minds of all the people. And it was a triangle effect. It was the minds of the people shooting their energy into the air, into the top of the triangle, which is like God, or, you know, just like the transference stage. And then it would transfer it to the artist, and then the artist would regurgitate, absorb all this energy, and then manifest it, control it, double it.
And that shit probably sounds crazy as fuck to like people who like haven't experienced it. But once you've been on stage, or once you've experienced a show like that, like what you're saying doesn't sound far out. You know what I'm saying?
Master
you know what I mean?
manipulation of energy.
True. Like
that's the only way you could gather, you could entertain. One man could entertain 20,000 people, is by sending them back energy that doubles what they already got and filling them with emotions that they've never felt before. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're searching, you're reaching out, you're sending out your energy, and then you're getting it back tenfold. And it feels amazing, bro. That's why people love it.
It's like no high I've ever had before in my life, bro. That's why I like to do my shows sober, because like it's just like, whoa, like after, like, bro, you remember the show you put together on Main Street, and we went over to the Grand to bowl afterwards? I sucked ass at bowling, bro. After that show, I think it was 6 strikes I bowled in a row. I suck ass at bowling. I went over there and I had that performance high, and like everything was in line. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure.
That's just like a small example of this shit, but it's like
you literally feel the best you ever felt in your life. That's why I promote everybody. I try. That's why I said my reason for living is to promote artists, encourage artists, because it's your creation. It's your representation of yourself. So that's why everybody I talk to, what do you love to do? I don't care what you do. Most people don't love what they do. So it's like, what do you love to do on your off time? And that's what I always ask. You know, it's not about what's your job. That's such an American bullshit.
Right? Who
what
cares,
do you
bro?
love to do, and then show me, and I'm gonna. Yeah, you might not be the best. I'm not the best, you know, but like, I know sure as hell if I give you some encouragement, give you some compliments, like praise you, you're going to feel good about yourself, man. And that's going to make me feel good about myself.
Right. And that goes a long way, man. Like when you're first doing stuff, or like even now, man, like just all the support, like that's everything. You know what I mean? Like if you start to feel down about what you're doing, it's like one person saying like, dude, I love this shit. Everything, bro. The energy that's transferred through music is just like, I don't know, beyond anything I can explain. That's why Bob Marley's my favorite artist, though.
He changed the world, man. Just like in the time of war and hate, he was in the most violent country in the world, drug gang related. No offense to the country, it just was a bad environment. And to live in, death rate was huge. And this guy's screaming about love your neighbor. It's almost like the message of Jesus. Think about the environment of the Roman capital when Jesus came around. Like, you know, they just killing each other. They don't like you. They take you out. And this man's like, love your neighbor, love thy enemy. And Bob Marley took that to a whole new level too with music. You know,
man, yeah, bro.
I don't know. Never really about it. But you know, it's still just that. It's that universal message of love each other, spread love, and you will be loved. It's
right, like and loving yourself too. You know what I mean? Like,
right. So huge. It's hard to do. I'm telling you, I've worked my whole life and I struggled with this my whole life, and
it's the most difficult relationship I've ever been in.
Because you're your biggest enemy. Everybody says that. But it's true. Like, your biggest enemy is you. What's going to stop you from going out there and getting it? You saying, I want to stay in this bed another minute. What's going to stop you from going to promote your product? You. When you don't tell every freaking human you see what you do, why you love it, and just like keep this huge wave of passion just flowing everywhere you go, man. That's why we're the wave. We're on the wave. And that's why I do this show, man. Because like, people have been revolving around this like wildfire, man, because it's just like I'm just getting real regular people, everyday people I love, strangers, and I'm just telling them, hey, what are you passionate about? that's what builds content. I get
That's
on
an
someone on the show and it's they talk
that's an
about what they
important
love.
question, bro. That's an important question.
It is. Wait, ask an important question?
No.
Oh, it's like you put me on the spot, bro.
That's an important question, but yeah, ask an important question, bro.
Okay, an important question. Okay. So what's your biggest coping skill? What do you love to do, man? What are you passionate about, Blaine?
Hey,
See,
that's
it
a
is
good
an
question.
important
That's an
question.
important question.
Easy as that. For your simple
I would say like music and healing.
Right.
That sounds kind of corny. That sounds like kind of like corny or like fake woke or whatever it is, like woke, whatever. But that's really the truth, man. Like the feeling I get when I'm in here making music, it's like another world.
Timeless.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, bro.
very timeless, bro.
You spent hours, literally, like.
And I'm
timeless.
I'm excited to spend so many more hours in it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
bro.
Like,
Yes.
That's what I look forward to every day. And then,
seriously,
I think healing is just it's a feeling. Like I said this thing the other night. It was like, I'm probably going to butcher this. I posted this on my Instagram story, but it was like, once you've had it from the source, you can like, it's obvious what is artificial. Like no matter how it's masked, no matter how it's displayed, you can tell it's artificial if you've had it from the source. And that's what healing is to me. It's like when you've had those foods that are just so good and so nourishing, you know what everything else tastes like. You know that it's bullshit when you have the other shit. You know it. It's like what you listen to. Once you've had that, I don't know. And like the same of like the passion of like loving yourself. Once you've actually felt the feeling of loving yourself, you know what all the other shit is. That's so powerful. You know it's not what the source is.
It's real. It's real. It's like drinking like really clean, pure water from the source, from the
like
spout.
from like a top mountain spring or some shit.
Right, just like, pure as it could get. And then you go drink some water from like Southwest Florida, and you're like, oh.
Right, exactly. 100%, bro.
You just know, man. You're not a water expert by any means, but you just know, bro. Like,
right.
You
just know. There's a
you
clear
ain't got
difference.
Training this shit, but you know, man.
Feel it in your balls, yeah.
Yeah, dude. So that's a good ass quote, man. You always got some good ass quotes coming to you. And yeah, that's why all y'all people out there need to follow us on social media, because we out here getting good ass quotes.
Give us a follow. At _ writer's block _ on Instagram.
Yes, sir. I'm Lil Nomad 369, baby. Damn girl fine. I've never really thought about that one, but shit, it kind of works out pretty good. But like, yeah, I'm the nomad, bro. I be going around getting it no matter where I go, dude. You'll see me with a backpack and a longboard in your town soon. EP coming.
That's how he's touring.
That's how I'm touring on my longboard.
Nationwide tour on a longboard.
Nationwide tour. Yeah, girl, come get on my bus. My short bus, my longboard.
My longboard.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and we got a lot more music coming first. I've just been trying to pour out content. I got a TikTok. If you think I'm ridiculous on here, good Lord, it just gets a whole lot way weirder. Way weirder. Yeah, you wouldn't think I was a grown adult. Most people don't, but it's okay. I represent. And then also I got Facebook. I keep up some awesome. I usually do some really cool content on Facebook. It's kind of funny. The more you post, you get like there's this stupid algorithm thing. Like I can't really see, but like 30 of my friends. But now I am one of your 30. You my friend. That's for sure. And I got Instagram where I post a lot of stuff. Just live stories of me just doing ridiculous things every day. And I got a lot of pictures of our performances in the past. I actually crowd surfed this one time. It was really funny. Someone got a full handful of ass and balls at the same time. And I'm not going to say I didn't like it, but it was a little bit funny. Yeah, dude. And then our concerts are lit just because the energy is there, bro. Like literally, lit, bro. Like he said, people were like, yo, this is the best experience of my life. Like,
right.
Me too. Hey.
Right. Man, that just feels amazing. Like when people tell you that, you're like, Yeah, bro, this shit is dope. Like, ring-a-ling-a-ling.
Yes, sir,
Yeah,
man.
bro. I've got a couple ideas for the next show, but I'll talk to you about that on another on a
Shh. Secret.
secret.
Secret
But
time.
also this summer, bro, I know motherfuckers are gonna want to be getting outside because this
Oh,
quarantine shit.
we
I know
getting
motherfuckers are
outside.
gonna want to be having a good time. So
Well, we
I
having a
wanted to
good
do
time.
like a bunch of shows outside, bro. Like
Yeah, bro. Right on the river, on the beach, man. Come
on
to
the
our
river,
beach show.
on the beach. I got a few ideas, bro, and I just want to build it. And like we'll do the
We got
first
a
few in
yacht
Columbia
down in
on the
Charleston.
yacht, bro. Yeah.
Seriously, dude. I swear
But
to God, bro. We got one. Y'all come out. We'll send you the address. We'll send you the location. What is
you
that?
got to
Like the
swim through sharky water,
gotta swim through Sarky
but
water,
it's
but
gonna
I
be
don't know.
crazy.
It'll be crazy. We got
It's
naked
worth.
girls too.
If you lose a limb, it's still gonna be worth it.
Oh yeah, we got a doctor on the boat.
Dr. Nomad.
Doctor No Man. No, we might get Dr. Max out there, bro. He'll just like
Bro, I
regrow your
one of my
limb.
plans, bro, is to do a music festival, but like a healing music festival, and like Max be there, and like have like him invite as many of his doctor friends
Yeah,
as
dude.
possible.
What's it? What Dr. Tim, the chiropractor Dr. Tim would love to come. We could get some masseuses out there, provide
That
y'all
shit
with
would
some
be
happy
crazy, bro.
endings.
Yo, plus Dr. Max is on some next level shit with this. You know his laser system.
Yeah, he like be shining lasers through your head.
He's about to have it ready for like to make sound, like to where like he'll have the notes to where it goes through the same frequencies of sound as the laser takes you through to heal.
Yeah, because I remember he was shooting sound waves and laser waves and like light waves through your brain to
People are
stimulate
gonna be like,
nerves.
"What the fuck are these people going to?" I mean,
It's
like,
real though.
no wonder they're fucked up. They're shooting lasers at their brain,
All right. Yeah, yo, we're gonna be living long and lavishly. That's right.
long and lavishly, or lavishly while we're here.
Right, and who cares, bro? Like, could be done tomorrow, could be done any second now. But guess what? I'm gonna be living large. I'm gonna be living like
Authentic,
Larry, authentic, the realest of the real, and I'm gonna be just loving everything. My mom called me with all this
learn,
crazy stuff going on in the world. I'm on my longboard. It's electric. It was like 30, 40 miles per hour. I'm like, Mom, I feel like a kid on Christmas. And she's like, people be dying out here. And I'm not like, I respect and I love people. I don't want anybody to die, but it's like, I'm not gonna hate myself and be scared and live by fear antics just because people be dying out here. People be dying out here all the time. It's not like I'm going around spreading disease. I'm staying far away from people, staying as cleanly as I can, washing my hands all the time. I'm not going, especially trying to avoid older people at this time because you don't know if you're a carrier, and that's respectful, man. You don't want to get people sick, but it's like you still gonna find me with a smile on my face, laughing like we were
right? Doesn't
kids,
mean you
bro.
couldn't have a good time, right?
Yeah,
It's
Mac
just a time
Miller.
for learning, bro. Like if everybody's not taking these 2 weeks to, or however long the fucking thing is gonna be
It's
to
gonna be rough.
learn, then
Yep,
then it's just a waste of time,
it is a
bro.
waste of
I
time.
hope we go on a 2 week pause in a sense,
Yeah,
cause like,
we gonna be pouring content to the people. This is real
bro,
news, live news,
yeah, bro. That's like
baby.
in my mind, it's like a pause. Like I understand people who own businesses, that's gonna be terrible,
I'm sad,
but
really.
in my mind, it's like a pause button. It's like, all right, get all your shit together,
Right.
boom, blast off.
Big bull. Yeah, and like I mean, and I'm not trying to make a joke out of this. Like I've lost both my jobs. I have no work and I have a lot of bills. Thank God I have money saved. Thank God I made some investments, but I don't know how long that's gonna last. And I came out here on my um last video I just posted a few hours ago, and I told people, you got Amazon warehouse hiring, you got if you're gonna invest money, you got money, streaming services, porn industries, people at home, they gotta get something, you got like Walmarts, you got home improvement centers. These places are popping. Grocery stores, Target's hiring, anywhere that's like still accepting people and like people buying whatnot. It's like they are booming right now because everywhere is closed. Everybody's at home. The video game industry is booming right now. These are just a few
And it
things.
goes back to the idea of just like not accepting failure.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like we could lay down and take it, and it's gonna be miserable. Or
Yeah.
it's like get out here on your get out here and do
Exactly.
whatever you can.
Yeah, keep your mind open. Keep hustling, man. We're Americans. We work hard. We get it done. We are the leaders in the world for just being badasses. We get it done, bro. And I'm excited for that because, like, you put the pressure, you apply pain and pressure, you get gold, baby. Like
Yeah,
the
right,
diamond out of the rough. Like we
right. It's
shine
like I was
on
talking
the
to
hardest
somebody about
times.
it yesterday, bro. They were like, talking like if just shit really goes to shit with our economy as well as like this virus and amongst other things, like, and in my head I'm just thinking like I'm not shy of a hard time because I know hard times make good times.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Hard times make good times, and it shows you who's got your back. Cause like that's why I'm here with my good friends, and that's why like I'm here to tell y'all like we got your back. Like if you need someone, we're here for you. You know, like I know that sounds crazy. I know you're like you don't even know me. You have not. It doesn't matter. We're humans. I don't care what color you come from, what color you are, what you eat, what you think. Like you know, I really don't care. I'm not fully non-judgmental, but like I'm not gonna hate you for any reason. Just don't be killing people out here, like oppressing and hurting people. And I'll love you, man. Like I'm not gonna judge you for what you do. Like everybody's unique, and being an individual is what makes the beauty. The variation is what defines beauty in the system, in the world system. So be yourself, love yourself. Not easy, but like I said, like what he said, it's not like that nothing hard comes easy, but it's just like it takes hard work to accomplish something. It's not just like you're going to be born into being like a D1 athlete. Even if you got the physical, even like a professional athlete, even if you're born with all the physical attributes, you still got to put in some work.
Still got to grind, bro.
Still got to grind. The grind is what makes you shine. Grind and shine, baby.
And if you don't love the grind, then like you probably should find something else to do.
And that's how the grind comes easy. That's how it does come easy. It's because you love what you do. And then it's just easy because you're just doing it, you know?
Exactly. It's like the pain in a way feels good.
The pain feels good. I've learned that, man. I've been through a lot of crazy stuff that I'm going to tell y'all about. Like, you know, and like I remember I got pushed past my limits, you know, speaking, like physical pain, exercise, like just really bad pain, physical pain. And, you know, during that time, I learned how to dream. I learned I couldn't speak for 7 months. I couldn't talk to my family. I couldn't do nothing. I was physically like abused and all this stuff. And like I had to find the positivity in the pain. And you know what? I learned how to dream like I've never dreamed before, man. Control my dreams, lucid dreams. And you know, I gotta escape. Like the universe and God always gives you a door out. You just
exactly. And it was because you're for it. You know what I mean?
Just because you were looking for it. You try hard enough, you look for it, you fight for what you believe in, you will get it. I promise you, you will get it. And I'd love to have, honestly, in some future sessions, my buddy Blaine here, he is very healthy. He lives healthy, he eats healthy, he works out, you know. He's got some really good recipes, vegan recipes. And so like in the future, I think that's a huge point, like to help with the mental health, epidemic.
All right. So now that we say this, damn, I wish I would have said this earlier. Now that you mentioned that, what helped me the most when I was going through the hardest parts of my life were finding purpose in the small everyday things.
Mm-hmm.
That was the key to me actually starting to appreciate myself and appreciate life again.
Like taking a walk outside.
Taking a walk outside, waking up and like
fresh air.
Exactly. Seeing your dog, or like, you know, what I really attached to at that time was I was real sick for a long time. So I switched my diet, and I was at a position where I was like depressed. I was sick.
You're bad.
I felt like my life couldn't have gotten worse at the time. And I knew, like looking back, it could have, but it was just harsh on my mind at the point. And I was like, well, what's one thing I can change that'll, you know, have some impact on my life? And I adapted my diet to eat like plant-based. And, you know, whether plant-based is the most healthy or not, whether it's a carnivorous diet or whether it's like, you know, whatever. I'm not here to argue in that right now. But what I'm saying is it helped me find purpose in the small things. Every meal I had purpose in. Like you know what I mean? Like I would wake up in the morning and what I was eating for breakfast had purpose. It wasn't just like, I was throwing in like a sausage biscuit into the microwave and eating that. It was like, okay, I'm going to eat this because it makes me feel this way. And, you know, that just finding purpose in the small things, like in the everyday things. And like, it takes some effort, you know, like it doesn't just come. You can't just be focused on the miserable things and like, be like, you gotta like, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to push myself to this. And, you know, you don't have to put yourself down when you don't accomplish it, but just analyze why you didn't accomplish it.
Yeah, every little step counts. I remember Mac Miller saying about something about that. He's like, everybody be focusing on like what they don't achieve, but they're not like praising themselves for even if it's a little bit what you do achieve, even if it's just a little bit difference. Yo,
You
that
got to
makes
give
a
yourself
difference in
credit.
this day.
Like you got to give yourself credit, but not let it go straight to your ego.
Exactly. And man, I just heard you sniffle. You know, dude, I remember years, bro. Like, man, you were in pain almost every day, dude.
Bro,
Like, you were.
I couldn't breathe through my nose for the first 22 years of my life, and like
That's
I had
crazy.
I had unbelievable MRSA infection all throughout my sinuses.
That hurts. I can't even imagine. I know there are people out there though that struggle through the same thing. And that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
bro.
Reach out to my brother Blaine, man. He will help you. When I mean like
And
I've never heard this dude breathe out of his nose for practically the whole time I met him, having so many surgeries, being in immense
10 plus
headaches.
surgeries. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Just
dude,
like
like real pain, like
days that
real
like
pain. Couldn't even
I
get
don't
up,
like I
dude.
was physically I looked like I was in the best shape like a 17, 18-year-old kid could be in. But I'd wake up and couldn't do anything all day long. Like I was just miserable. And I wouldn't even say like now I'm at 100%. I would say I'm at like, honestly, I would say like 85, but I would say for most of my life, I was at about 40, 45. And,
That's crazy because a lot of
you
people
know,
are going through this.
right. Finding this diet that I was able to stick to and meeting the healers that I was able to meet because of the decisions I made. Had I not gone into that diet, I probably would have never met Max.
Right. Or
You
at
know,
least like not appreciated him to the point to the extent that you
exactly.
do.
Right. And like, that goes back to like, you have to put in the effort. You have to find the purpose in the small things. As you continue to do that, I had no idea someone like Max was about to come into my life, but the universe met me halfway because I was putting in all things. And by doing that, I met someone whose purpose is probably the biggest purpose I've seen yet in action.
Mm-hmm.
Besides maybe Bob Marley. Like when I look at what Dr. Max is doing for the mass amount of people, it's unbelievable.
It
The
is,
hope,
dude.
the hope that he's bringing through people through healing. So like,
I'd love to have him on the show sometime. That's what we should do. We should do
I
like a
gave, I gave,
co-interview with him.
I gave him the little GoPro I had. I was like, we got to start filming everything, and he was like, he's down for it. So I'm about to just buy all the other stuff and just start filming everything he does.
Dude, we
Because
got to do that ASAP. It's so vital to act now. It is. We got to do it. That's what's changed my life recently. I'm just doing it. And it's fun for me. I enjoy it. To me, it's kind of easy, but it's like I'm pouring content out every single day and we got good stuff coming your way. I'm just saying, like, look forward to these new like ideas that we're going to be bringing forward to
nah,
the
dude,
world.
I look forward to what like. I know like you're one of my best friends and all, and so like people would be like, well, of course we'll watch it. But I honestly look forward to the shit. Like I
Thank you
learn
so
something
much.
every time I watch it. Like
Thank
it's
you.
thought provoking. It makes me like, it gives me a better understanding of certain things. So like, I think y'all are doing a great job, and like, I'm glad to be a part of it.
Really appreciate that, man. I really do because it's my life work right now, and I'm more passionate about this than I've ever been. This and my music's coming soon. It's funny, it's crazy, it's wild, but it's me. You know, I'm expressing myself, and that's what everybody's got to learn to do. And I know as me and best friends, we started this. We were 12 years old, man, freestyling on this corner of the block, and I was like, "Yo, we gonna make a
Yaakov,
living, Yako, baby." Gosh, some experiences and memories there. I'll never live down. Right? It's just you can't get better
you
than
can't get them back,
that.
man. That's just
Can't
like,
get
that was
better.
childhood. You know what I mean? Like that was like a heavenly place for like
It
childhood
was.
/ teenage life.
It's like a sacred like oasis in
Right,
with
bro?
all the, with everything going down in the world, man. But it's cool because like I was saying, like you're passionate about this health, and I am too. I'm very passionate about health. People healing themselves in all these different ways, and it's like we got people out here who got great content and are super passionate too. You just got to start videoing and live recording all this information and start
Yeah,
getting
bro.
the
Because
people.
like,
They
there's
deserve
plenty of
it
people. There's plenty of people who are doing just as cool, if not cooler, shit than we do, and like
for
we do
sure.
a lot. We do a lot of cool shit that doesn't get captured, and if we capture that and actually like put it out, and everyone else is doing that too, we can easily like flip the narrative.
Yeah, man. Well, this is great news. I'm so happy to have you on. I just wanted to say if there's anything else that you want to say to the people just for the first interview, any positive words, any like, you know, ideas or ways of living, or just anything that you want to express,
Let's
just
see.
because I feel like we got a lot more content coming soon. I don't want to like say everything out too quick,
Right,
but I
right.
just kind of wanted I feel like this was such a great session. I felt like overwhelmed with the positivity.
Here's what I have to say, and this is what I was contemplating last night as I was going to sleep.
Nice.
I think that right now, rather than panic, rather than to stress about everything, as I know some of that's coming, like, yes, I understand that there's some stress just because it's like what's happening. It's very different. But I think we need to take this time, because one thing, you can't fight change. Change comes.
It comes.
And it's consistently going to come. And sometimes it comes in bigger waves. But, you know, we have to look at this and take this and appreciate the times for what we've had. And in this moment right now, appreciate the way that life still is, because maybe in 2 weeks, everything goes back to normal. Maybe in a month, it goes back to normal. Or maybe it completely changes.
Mm-hmm.
And live right now. Appreciate it right now. Because all right, let's say, okay, worst thing is that you appreciate it right now, and worst thing that happens is everything goes back to normal, and then you are just good at appreciating your life. Best thing, or I don't know how to put this. This is not the best thing, but anyway, we have this time.
Yes.
You can choose to appreciate it, and it's going to benefit you in every way. And say this time is limited by not choosing to appreciate it, by not choosing to appreciate how life is right now.
Right.
You're not going to have this again. So like, why would you not appreciate it? I'm saying worst case scenario, everything changes. Why would you not just appreciate what we have?
Gotta love it
right
while
now.
you can, man. Gotta love the people around you. Keep in contact. I mean, my parents, we didn't really always say I love you back and forth, but now I'm always like, I love you, because I do. You know?
It's important to say, bro. I say it to all the homies, like, I love you, man.
Like, I love you. Speak
it means a lot, bro. It means a lot, man.
That's what I was
saying. Shit can change people. Shit can change people's days, bro. Like, I love you, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
it's huge, man. That's exactly what I was saying. Like, keeping in contact with your people. And then at the end, it's being like, I love you. I'm here for you. You need to talk about anything, I'm here. I promise you that's made the biggest change in my life. And that's my word of advice to people. Reach out to us if you need some people like that. I'll put my contacts here. Just hit me up. I'll give you my number. It don't matter. Like, I'm not scared to talk to nobody. Like, I'm excited to talk to you all.
Yeah, please. Like,
positivity.
I'm always down for a good conversation, or to, like, you know, exchange knowledge and exchange, you know, stories. So please hit me up too. Chandler, put like my Instagram or something in the subject or something.
I'll put all of our social media tags.
I like how you're giving everyone a little bit of nipple action for the end of the video.
I had to right at the end.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give people a surprise at the end. Keep them interested. They're like, what, probably an hour and a half deep with us right now.
I mean, they deserve to see some nipples at this point. You know, like, come on, it's free nip 2020.
100%.
Back on that bro. My man. All right, bro. I fucking love you, man.
Dinner. Love you too, brother.
Love you, dude. We'll have you on again really soon. And hey, man, that content's coming, baby. Let's go. Woo!
All right,
just
bro.
let me know if you like my nipples too, like in the comments. All right. Love you guys.
Peace.
Peace.